What's up? I'm Eddie Washington, and this is I-95 Streets. Now, what I want to explain to you is there's some things going on right now in our country and around the world that I don't think you know the truth about. Basically, we've been told there's drones in our skies all over the country. They've been focused on New York, New Jersey, upper part of Maryland, but they've told the public that they're drones. Like, drones that we buy out the store and we fly them ourselves, but only now they're saying they're big as a school bus. Woo. So let's find out if these are drones or not.
Mr. Elizondo, does any branch of the United States government or defense contractors possess technology?
Sir, there's documentation that I believe was submitted for the record that was approved for release by the U.S. Pentagon, by the Department of Defense Office of Pre-Publication Security Review, and it states one of the reasons why my predecessor program, OSAP, was trying to collect material of unknown origin.
Was it successfully collected?
It was not. What happened is that there was an aerospace contract company that requested to divest itself of the material that was collected in the 1950s.
Now, didn't he just say 1950s? Did he just say 1950s? Y'all got to pay attention. It's the time, dates, okay, and locations, but the time right now. Did he just say 1950s? How long have we had this information, this technology? Is this the reason why we have cell phones and iPads and, is this the reason why we even have YouTube?
Where they had told all of us that is accurate. What we required was a memo from the Secretary of the Air Force in order to make that complete, and that never occurred. And so when Secretary Mattis became Secretary of Defense, I decided it would be appropriate for me to try to receive a memo from him as SecDef, as Secretary of Defense, if we could not get a memo from the Secretary of the Air Force to transfer that material.
What we do, you see how Elizondo tried to request, for him to be able to investigate, the financial backing and everything, but the approval to even begin trying to help the American people understand what was in our skies early 2000s. We had the incident in 2004, the incident where Navy aircraft seen it in 2004, what they call a Tic Tac. But we shut that whole investigation down, which remind me of Project Blue Book. Check that out, Project Blue Book. That should, help you a little bit more about our United States government and the quote-unquote, allegedly UFO. Let's dig a little deeper.
That material exists today. Who's in possession?
Sir, I wouldn't be able to have that conversation in an open hearing. We'd probably have to have that.
Okay, my question to you then is, if we were in a secure setting, if we were in a SCIF, would you be able to provide or get access to something, whether it's visuals or material that we could put our hands on, or biologics, that would convince me, that would show me that we have non-human origins?
Sir, that decision would not be mine. That would be to the gatekeeper still in the U.S. government.
And who would we, so if you were in our shoes, where would you go from here? How would you get that information? A lot of times we just don't know who to ask because we don't know where to go next. So if you were in our shoes, where would you go?
Well, I prefer to answer that question in a closed session. However, we established AARO for that very purpose, and unfortunately, under its previous leadership, it failed. So one would hope that they would have the authorities necessary to do that. Let's hope that this new iteration of leadership will be successful.
And it seems Donald Trump is preparing to release classified files kept top secret for decades.
As powerful powers watch another launch from Earth, others have their eyes on the skies for a very different reason.
Look at this thing. It's rotating.
These videos.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west.
from US Navy pilots like Ryan Graves have changed the conversation about UFOs, now called UAPs, unidentified anomalous phenomena.
Everything about it was strange.
Like this footage from Afghanistan. 4 hovering dots over a military base filmed as 2 are hit by a missile. They seem to explode, then reappear undamaged. What's going on and
why the secrecy?
It's technology so advanced, it defies our scientific understanding.
Our best technology, the F-16, which can perform about 17 or 18 G-forces before you start having structural failure. The vehicles we're talking about are performing in excess of 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 Gs.
This is a national security issue, that if there is such technology out there, we're not the only country that might have access to it.
It's really no big deal and there's nothing there. Why hide it from the American people? I'm not going to name names, but there are certain individuals who didn't want this hearing to happen because they feared what might be disclosed.
The Pentagon, the military, the CIA is accused of decades of cover-ups.
Do you believe, just for the record, that the federal government, any part of the federal government, is knowingly concealing evidence about UAPs from the public?
Yes, sir.
100%.
Yes.
Yes.
It sounds crazy, but Democrat Jared Moskowitz says it's not coming from conspiracy theorists.
Now, these are pilots, these are military, these are folks with serious background.
And it's not just what's going on overhead, but also underwater with USOs, unidentified submerged objects.
Are there any technological capabilities observed in these oceanic UAPs that seem to defy our current understanding of physics or our engineering capabilities?
It seems like they all do.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Technology the US government believes tips the balance and poses a national security threat.
We don't want to be on the wrong end of technological surprise.
Now, what she insinuating is Donald Trump had these secrets that he's been holding for 4 years. And those secrets was about UFOs or UAP.
In the discussions, it's simply about material, or is there discussion about it was previously testified that there was biologics that were collected. Are you aware of any of that?
I am, sir, aware of the reporting that biologics have been recovered. Again, my focus was more nuts and bolts, looking at the physical aspects of these phenomenon, how they interacted around military equities and nuclear equities. So I'm certainly not a medical expert. I would not be able to probably provide you a whole lot of value in that simply because I don't have the expertise.
But was anything described as that we have possession of bodies?
Yes, yes.
We have is it multiple?
I'm telling you, they got alien bodies. Bodies. How long have they had these bodies? I don't know. But somebody else do. Who would that be?
I can tell you anecdotally that it was discussed quite a bit when I was at the Pentagon. The problem is the supposed collection of these biological samples occurred before my time, in fact, before I was even born.
And was this part of the Lockheed Martin discussion, or was this the biologics is a completely separate?
Separate yet related.
Okay. Has anyone made contact?
Sir, I'm sorry, could you specify?
Has there been any, to your knowledge, any communication with a non-human life form?
So the term communication is a bit of a trick word because there's verbal communication like we're having now. The problem is you also have nonverbal communication. And so I would say definitively yes, but from a nonverbal meaning, when a Russian reconnaissance aircraft comes into U.S. airspace, we scramble 2 F-22s, and we are certainly communicating intent and capability. I think the same goes with this. We have these things that are being observed over controlled U.S. airspace, and they're not really doing a good job hiding themselves. They're making it pretty obvious they have the ability to even interfere with our nuclear equities and our nuclear readiness.
Is the United States government and our contractors, are they pulling technology from this? They're reverse engineering this?
Sir, as I previously stated, and please forgive me, I am not authorized to discuss specifics about crash retrievals. I signed documentation with the U.S. government. What I can say was, after a very thorough review process by the Pentagon, what I wrote about, and that was my limit.
Man, we just went from drones to knowing that we got alien aircrafts. Yeah, we just went from the drones in the sky to alien aircraft that we have in our possession. We just found out that we have aliens in our possession.
It's rotated.
These videos.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west.
Like this footage from Afghanistan. 4 hovering dots over a military base filmed as 2 are hit by a missile. They seem to explode, then reappear undamaged. What's going on and
why the sea?
Now, so far, the statement that is very important was they're not drones. What are they telling us right now? What are they saying in our skies? What did he just say? They're not drones. Pay attention, people. Wake up. My intelligent people, you already know what's going on. Pay attention.
The 4-light formation hovers in place for several moments before slowly fading out, one light at a time, only to reappear moments later. As you'll see shortly, another light appears in the upper left, hinting that there may be more lurking just out of view.
Yeah, what is going on? Yeah, that is bizarre, dude. Like, what's going on, man? Like, there's one circling. You see that one circling over there? And then they go away.
It almost looked like how they had like the small lights on it.
Yeah, like what is happening?
Yeah, look at it turn on behind there.
Yeah.
What I don't understand is how they're circling so close.
Yeah, what is going on there?
Whatever's trailing behind them just disappears.
Yeah, then it's gone.
That's bizarre. That's unbelievable.
Es como que a veces se ve más, es como que van de un lado para el otro, boludo.
Amigo, están muy cerca, son ovnis
Están muy cerca, claro.
Ovni asegurado.
¿Por qué, mano? Van a 2 por hora, culiado, que se están filmando,
Multiple colors, purple, yellow, pink, red, and blue, align in a formation, remaining static against the dark sky. Unfortunately, in it, multiple colors, purple, yellow, pink, red, and blue, align in a formation, remaining static against the dark sky. Using their night vision camera, UFO Slovakia captured a series of formations in a distinct pattern high above the city.
I don't know, but they've been holding back all this information. So what do you think now? Drones in the sky? I don't know. But you think about that, leave a comment, all right? Hit the like button on your way out. You feel me? Or hit the subscribe button and keep following I-95 Streets. But for right now, let that stick in your mind. Hopefully it's the conversation, in the morning or at lunchtime. Hopefully when you're starting out your day, maybe in the car listening to me. But salute to everybody that came through and checked out this video. Pay attention. I'm Eddie Washington, I-95 Streets.